Luffy doesn't stretch. Luffy doesn't punch. Luffy raises two fingers, and Kaido stops existing. Here's the setup. Shanks's treasure chest is empty. Luffy never eats the gum-gum fruit. Instead, at 7 years old, in the middle of Fuchsia Village, he awakens something that doesn't belong in this world at all: Limitless and the Six Eyes. Translated into One Piece terms, and it gets terrifying fast. Cursed energy becomes Haki. The Six Eyes? That's not just observation Haki, that's perfect observation Haki, from age 7, with 0 training and 0 stamina cost. He sees your attack, your intent, your flow, your future. And Limitless means an infinite series, sits between his skin and everything else in the world. Fists, bullets, cannonballs. They approach forever. They never arrive. Let's run it. East Blue isn't a saga anymore. It's a formality. Buggy's whole gimmick is splitting apart to attack from angles. Every single blade slows to 0 the instant it enters Infinity's field. Arlong's teeth? Same. Kuro's blinding speed? Irrelevant. The Six Eyes already mapped the room. But Crocodile is where it gets interesting, because he's the first villain with a real counter-argument. Sand can't be punched, except Luffy isn't punching. Hollow purple doesn't hit a body, it erases the space the body occupies. Logia intangibility means nothing to an imaginary mass. Alabasta ends in about 4 seconds. No poison hook, no desert march, no week-long fever. Now Marineford. The real question. Canon Luffy survives that war on pure adrenaline. Haki he doesn't understand yet, and a body count of people protecting him. Limitless Luffy walks in, and the admirals become a math problem. Kizaru is light, but light is still information entering a field that filters it. Aokiji's ice needs contact. Akainu's magma needs contact. And then there's the nuclear option. Domain expansion. A guaranteed hit barrier that force-feeds infinite information to every brain inside it. Marines drop where they stand. Ace's cuffs are removed by a kid nobody can touch. Ace lives. Which sounds like a win, and it's actually where the whole story starts to rot. No Ace death. No 2-year time skip. No reason for Luffy to ever get stronger. Here's where power scaling gets spicy. Because the new world has something Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't. Haki that doesn't need to touch you. Advanced Conqueror's Haki attacks the inside of the target. It bypasses armor, bypasses distance, bypasses the physical layer entirely. And remember Gojo's real weakness. Infinity stops matter. It does not stop attacks on the soul. Mahito proved it. Sukuna's slashes proved it. So Kaido's Bagua isn't stopped. It's filtered at best. Luffy tanks a hit he has never trained his body to survive because he never had a rubber body. That's a glass cannon holding a nuke. Shanks is worse. Shanks doesn't need to land a hit at all. He ends fights with pressure and willpower alone. You can't outrange a man who splits the sky. And the Six Eyes showing Luffy exactly how he's about to die is not the same thing as stopping it. Then compare the awakenings. Gear 5 is creative. Reality becomes a joke, rules stop applying, and every fan loses their mind. Unlimited Void is clinical. Kaido freezes for 0.2 of a second, drowning in infinite information, and then Luffy still has to finish him. No Gear 5 punch, no island-shaking rubber nuke, just purple, and a prayer that erasure outpaces Kaido's regeneration. The verdict? Limitless Luffy doesn't beat One Piece, he deletes it. Every early arc becomes filler. Marineford ends in a stalemate at worst, and the entire emotional engine of the series, the underdog who gets beaten half to death and gets back up stronger, is gone. Because Limitless doesn't grow. It's a plateau you're born on. Luffy wins more fights and loses the only thing that made him Luffy. But here's what I can't settle, and I need you in the comments for this one. Blackbeard's Yami Yami no Mi nullifies devil fruit powers, but Limitless isn't a devil fruit. It's an infinite void of distance. His is an infinite void of gravity that pulls things in. So which void wins? Does darkness swallow infinity, or does Blackbeard's hand approach Luffy's face for the rest of eternity? Drop your answer below, and subscribe if you want the reverse next. Gojo with Conqueror's Haki.